Welcome back, finally, to what's this show called again?
I believe it is Eric's Drink Whiskey. It looks like you have become jacked and swole, and I went to Hawaii.
Well, this was the time to change the name, and we missed out on it. So we are back after what was a not-so-brief hiatus due to work and life and a lack of balance between the two.
We still drank.
Yeah, that's good.
We just couldn't record.
To be perfectly clear, we still drank whiskey, and we just didn't do it on camera.
Instead of Eric's Drink Whiskey, we are now Brian and Brandon Drinks Whiskey.
The new merchandise will be coming out soon. So we are back. We never lost touch. Well, we're here to drink some whiskey. And Eric, you have picked a delectable selection for us.
I thought to reignite the flame here. We would drink a little bit of Evan Williams 12-year-old at my favorite proof, 101.
All right. I like old Evan Williams. The whiskey community was sorely disappointed this year when Heaven Hill announced that Evan Williams single barrel, which was kind of a super steal at $25, is now Kentucky only.
And I get the reasoning behind it. We'll dive on a podcast later on that, but it's disappointing, but it's just like everything in this ridiculous, crazy world. Shit's just going away, and we just gotta deal with it. Thankfully, we have one particular brand that is still available at our grab, and we'll
try the true. No, Evan Williams is a good one. I think Evan Williams White Label was one of the first ones you turned me on. The Bottled and Bond. Then we did the single barrel and the old school 1783 in one episode. Both super delicious. Now, last year, Evan Williams updated the 1783 recipe, which, as we guessed, they upped the proof. They lowered the average age of the juice in it, but it's still a good product at the price point. I have no complaint.
We'll preface with they're eliminating a lot of the stuff in these products that we like, but they're still making a product that we like. It's just not what we were used to. There's a difference there. It's like the non-aged state Elijah Craig. Like the non-aged state Elijah Craig is good bourbon. It's just not the 12-year-old that they used to have, but it is not subpar whiskey at all.
Right. Now, Evan Williams is a Heaven Hill product. Heaven Hill is, I love a lot of labels. Heaven Hill just has that good classic bourbon profile. I've always enjoyed Heaven Hill products. I'm sure this will be no exception. Now, the Evan Williams 12 years old, obviously, 101 proof. We've covered that. Now, we haven't always been able to get this domestically. Is that true?
Yes. No. Yes. Evan Williams used to be an age-stated product back in the day. It used to be around 7 years old. I think there was a 6-year-old expression kind of floating around. During the bourbon glut, there were a 12-year-old expression that ended up over in Japan,
and most bourbon seemed to.
Just to show the audience here, the back of this label has some Japanese language on it. Now, this particular bottle was not purchased in Japan, so there. I forgot when this opened. I think it opened in 2016. But in Louisville, there is actually the Evan Williams Distilling Experience, which is a branch. I mean, it's owned by Heaven Hill, and now they have their own operating still, where they have released a product under the name of Evan Williams Distilling. It is still owned by Heaven Hill. Like that, it's not saying that it's its own separate thing. But that's where they sell kind of the limited edition Evan Williams stuff. So there is the Evan Williams 23-year-old, the Evan Williams 12, and there's a couple of others I think that are there. But the Evan Williams 12-year-old at the distillery is like $135. And part of that is because buying products right at the distillery is going to be more expensive than buying at the store anyway.
Because legally it has to be right.
Right, and there's some like weird gray area when it comes to because that was kind of the law was that the distillery can't undercut the store, but that does not count for LTOs. So if the distillery puts out a limited time offering, they can offer it at their distillery and not send it anywhere else.
So this is a sidebar.
Go ahead.
Never mind. I'll ask you this later.
No,
off camera. I have a question.
So, that being said, so Japan still sells this as one of their kind of main staple product. I know this is an American release because it's in a 750 bottle.
Right. So it was a Japanese export. Now it's a Japanese export and a gift shop only type find. Right.
So if you buy it in Japan, it's like $70. If you buy it over here, it's double that.
Well, it's $70 plus a plane ticket to Japan.
Right. Or if you have a buddy that's in the land of Okinawa.
That's true.
Anywho.
All right. You still there, brother man? I saw your camera sketch on us.
I'm still here.
Okay, good.
All right.
I was worried about you. What we think we know about Heaven Hill, particularly Evan Williams, is an assumed mash bill of 78% corn, 12 rye, 10 barley. So it's going to be nice and corny, just how we like it.
Oh yeah.
Let's drink some whiskey. Let's see if I remember how to do this without gulping.
Diving into just some good old like Evan Williams facts and just kind of cutting our teeth on actual whiskey itself. If someone ever asked me, hey, what's an American bourbon supposed to smell like? I would send them to like an Evan Williams Black Label. And it's like that is what I think of when I smell bourbon and when I think of bourbon.
I think that's a fair statement. I'm a fan of all things Beam, but Beam has that unique peanut brittle kind of note to it that I think is a departure from that classic bourbon note. So yeah, I think Evan Williams White Label is a little corny and a little young, but you throw that black on there, give it a little oak. That's like, it's the sweet spot.
Oh yeah. This hits. This hits like a subdued Elijah Craig barrel proof.
Yeah, it's got some oak on it. I tease out some of those cedary cigar box notes of like the Evan Williams single barrel.
Yeah, no, I got that. A lot of like root beer candy.
Yeah, there's definitely it's a fair amount of vanilla, bordering on that creamy kind of sassafrasy.
It's like if someone charred that we always talk about that classic Heaven Hill dusty corn
Yeah.
smell. It's like if someone took that typical smell and then took a blowtorch to it. Earthquake in Gainesville.
Yeah. It smelled absolutely delicious.
I am very impressed. Like I remember the first time I tried this, I was underwhelmed, but just nosing this now, I've
got plenty of room to be disappointed, but
nosing this now, I am getting goose pimples.
I mean, it's that cedary cigar box. It's that root beer float. I mean, a little bit of it's oaky, but not like that.
It makes me want to go on a humidor. Well, you know what, Eric? We haven't done it in a while, but I'm tired of nose fucking this bitch. Let's drink it.
Sláinte.
Ooh. Boy, that's got a little ass on it for 101 proof.
Oh my. Oh
Damn.
my. Oh. That shit's good.
Did you get the feels? The tingles?
Woo. Woo.
All right. Whoa.
I got the vapors.
And here is the lowercase a.
You know, I was really ready to be sorely disappointed in this. I was ready for it to be thin and watery and unbalanced. And by God, it just isn't.
That's what I thought when I first tried it. And now this is not what I tried.
Hold on. That any chance of getting tasting notes off that first sip are just gone. It was just so good. Hold on now. Let's think critically.
If the original 1783 that we like so much was 101 proof, this is that taste profile, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely not young. I mean, obviously it's 12 years old, but this is not young. This is an oak whiskey. And not bad.
It's very herbal. You picked up on that root beer sassafras. It is very much there. It's oaky mouthfeel to the point that it's that oversteeped tea, so it's kind of drying. But it's still sweet enough that it doesn't matter, and it kind of balances itself out. You get with that herbalness, that cedar note, a little bit of that kind of black pepper spice. I don't know if that's from the age or the proof, but that just kind of, you get that nice tingle as it goes down, and then it just finishes really nicely.
Now,
is
I know
it?
the other stuff is charcoal mellowed. Yep, says it right here.
It is charcoal mellowed.
It is charcoal mellowed, filtered. Yeah, the back end. I know all Evan Williams is charcoal filtered. So I like this. And I am not upset at that price point either. I am compared to buying an Elijah Craig barrel proof for $70, but
no, and I'd buy a bottle and be like, I mean, the next time I'm in Louisville, I'm probably going to go. I'm going to buy.
You would buy a bottle to have and to say, hey, you never tried this before.
It's good. I'm a little less than pleased at the price in terms of the rest of Evan Williams. I mean, it's like like their lineup is like 5 different cheeseburgers and then a filet mignon. I mean, thinking about it that way.
Then and remember too, this doubles. There's a 23-year.
Ooh,
I've had that, and that is a hot oaky mess.
Did it mummify you? I mean,
it was rough.
This is like 2 clicks away from being too oaky.
It's
for me.
It's just right.
Honestly, I think if this was 107 or 110 proof, it'd be nigh undrinkable.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of that Wild Turkey 17-year-old Bottled and Bond.
That burnt honeycomb.
Yeah, it's not too oaky. It's just oak.
It is present.
Yes. And when we say too oaky for me, and I'll speak for you as well. Too oaky for us is mouth like drying, like it sucks the moisture out. Like you drink it and you're just like, damn. That's a little much. This is we can tell that there's plenty of oak there, but it is not dry.
It leaves something. It leaves a little bit of moisture there. It's good though. Yeah, it's a fun novelty bottle. It's a good souvenir. Hey, I went to Evan Williams Urban Still House. I got Evan Williams 12-year-old. This is the only place you can buy it outside of Japan. It's not going to be one that I suck back on the regular just because it's $130.
I wish you would say suck back on the regular again. That was hot.
I'd suck back on the regular.
Mufasa.
It's good whiskey though.
Yeah. I really enjoy this. I would. It would be one of those things. It's like this is gonna probably last me for 4 or 5 years, and if I buy one of these like every 4 or 5 years, I'm okay with that.
Right. I dare say, except for a little bit of oakiness, additional oakiness. If I walked into a liquor store and this was sitting right next to an Evan Williams single barrel, I'm grabbing the Evan Williams single barrel.
Oh, all day. Hey, I was able to pick up another handle of the 1783, the old one. I found one.
I bought 2 bottles of it a while back just to keep in the closet. I need to be on the lookout for some single barrel while it's still here. No, it's good. Price point leaves a little bit to be desired, but the flavor's there. The nose did not disappoint. The palate did not disappoint. I think this was a good jump back in.
Oh yeah. Evan Williams, Herbert the Pervert. That's a good to quote the late great John Duvall. That's a chewing whiskey.
Small cooking fire.
A small cooking fire. Yeah,
we're back.
I'm glad I revisited this. This was good.
This was good. And we're back.
We are back. I am glad.
You probably thought you'd gotten rid of us, but here we are. We keep turning it like a bad penny after every one of these little breaks we take. But we're gonna try to get back in the full swing of things and get you one of these on the weekly. Try to fire the blog back up for like the 3 of y'all that probably read that. And we're definitely
they got informed.
What's that?
They were informed.
They were very informed. My incoherent ramblings. And we're definitely gonna get the podcast fired back up because we really just let loose on there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been fun, brother.
Eric, I'm glad we're back. This was I was yearning for some bro time and some Evan Williams. This was perfect time to dive in. So
Absolutely.
I forgot how to do this, but where can they find us?
I believe we're on the internet. Our sites have not been taken down,
The Google machine, we are still there.
although our yachts have been embargoed. So yeah, we're all over the internet. Facebook, Instagram, all have our link tree to get you to everywhere else. Obviously, we're on YouTube because that's probably how you're watching us. We do have our podcast, Eric's Drink Whiskey Non-Chill, filtered on Spreaker and anywhere you get your podcast listening in, as well as the written word on Eric's or Blogspot or Eric's Drink Whiskey.blogspot. Fun little pet project of just blasting off some stuff out there about how I feel about whiskey. So thank y'all for tuning in. I drank all my whiskey. Until next time, cheers.